Today we are talking about how you're going to handle two toddlers. Hey everybody, it's Megan and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to explain to you guys the truths about having two toddlers. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Megan. I have a 3-year-old and a 16-month-old, so a little over 1. And I started out with having 2 under 2 and it was utter madness. And I just want to give you guys some just truths about what is going to happen with having two, so that you guys realize that you're not the only ones. If you're in this with me, there are lots of us that have 2 kids that are close in age. Mine are 22 months apart, and some people have them even closer in age than that. So yeah, let's jump right into my list. So the first one is you cannot do it all. You can't. You are going to probably have one crying and taking care of one. If they're both crying at the same time, you can't take care of both of them at the exact same time because they're going to need different things from you. So you can't do it all. I suggest having some kind of help. I don't have any help during the day. It is just me with the boys. So I have learned a system of I can't do it all. So some days it's going to look like nothing was accomplished, but 2 children have been kept alive. So if you can get help, that is awesome. I do have my husband on the weekends, and then if I'm out and about with family, that is awesome because I have lots of people to help me when I'm actually out with them. But on a daily basis, if you don't have any help, just remember that you can't do it all. So some things are gonna fall through the cracks, and as long as it's not the important things, then it's okay. Your house doesn't need to be perfectly clean all the time because you can't do it all. The next one is there's gonna be constant noise. If you guys follow my Instagram stories, then you know it is noisy in my house all the time. Lightsabers, boys screaming. The TV could be on with movies and music. My 16-month-old loves music, so whenever music's on, he's dancing. It's just constant loud. And you get used to it and you actually enjoy the noise because when it's quiet, yes, it's nice, but when it's quiet for too long, either they're getting in trouble if they're awake or you kind of miss the loudness. And I grew up where it was really quiet, but then I had a side of family that was really loud and crazy, and I loved that. And so now my house is very loud. I know one day it's going to be super quiet and I'm going to be sad. So embrace the noise. It's just going to be there. This next one's kind of funny. You're never going to pee alone. It doesn't... Unless they're napping, that's about the only time that you are going to pee alone, go to the bathroom alone. And it doesn't matter which bathroom you use. We have 2 bathrooms. We have one on one side of the house and one on the other side of the house. And it really doesn't matter. Doors can be closed unless they are locked and they're going to come in. They're going to burst in. My 3-year-old can open up doors. So he comes right on in and everybody seems to be wanting to be in the bathroom with me while I'm going. And it's my new normal. Another new normal will be mess, clutter. And it's not always dirty, it's just clutter. There are just toys. For some reason, they think getting out all of their toys at the exact same time is the way to go. And no matter what I tell them. So it's just constant toys everywhere, and you can clean it all up and your house can look perfect. And then within seconds, those 2 toddlers are going to make it a complete disaster in every single room that they can get into. I mean, seconds. It only takes them seconds, and it's going to be messy. You're just going to have to deal with it being messy. If you want to constantly clean, that's fine, but let me just tell you, your life is going to be a mess, and that's okay. So jealousy, frustration, those are going to be kind of the aspects of your life most days. Now, I have 2 boys, so I'm not sure what it's like having just girls or having a combo. But my boys do get jealous with each other. It isn't just one-sided. It is completely both ways now. My 16-month-old gets mad if the older one is getting attention. Say the older one hurts himself and I have to cradle him and hold him like a baby to make him feel better. My 16-month-old will go and do something to hurt himself. He doesn't really hurt himself. He'll, bonk, so that he can get attention. That's his new thing. And then the older one obviously gets jealous if the baby is getting too much attention. And now that they're both aware of it, they're 3 and 16 months, they're more jealous. At the beginning, it wasn't really that bad, and now it's starting to get jealous on both ways, and they kind of take it out on each other sometimes. And then frustration. I'm not just talking about the kids. The kids will get frustrated, especially if they can't properly speak and let you know what's going on, or they get frustrated with each other. you are going to get frustrated. You are going to feel like you want to rip your hair out, and it's totally normal. You just have to maybe take a deep breath, walk away. You just have to know that that's going to happen. You're going to reach your breaking point probably most days. Like, that sounds horrible, but it's the truth, because 2 toddlers, especially if you've got 2 under 2, it's hard. It's so hard. And if you have kids that are like mine, that are active, that are stubborn, they want their way, you want your way, there's going to be frustration, and it is okay. Once they are asleep, maybe pour yourself a glass of wine. Do not feel bad about that whatsoever, because you deserve it. You have to remember that your 2 kids are completely different people. Now, this goes for however many kids you have. If you have more than one, they're going to be different. They're different from the very start. When they're in your stomach, you can tell that they're different people. And it's so hard to not compare them. So hard, especially if you have 2 of the same gender. So I have 2 boys, and it's very hard to say, well, Liam did this, but Nolan's not doing this, and vice versa. It's so hard to remember that they are 2 completely different people. Now, that includes everything, every aspect. Whatever works with one probably won't work with the other, unless you are really super lucky. And this probably even goes for having twins. Like, when you have 2 different people, they're going to be completely different. And so sleep is going to be very different with both of them. You are not going to be right away, get them on the same sleep schedule, and it's all just going to be perfect forever and ever. Some days it actually might work out really well. Like right now, I've got both of them down for a nap. Not sure how long it's going to last for both of them, but I'm at least able to film this. So I have to keep that in mind, that they are 2 different people. I can't just have one set way of doing things and it's going to work for both of them. So yes, my children are pretty much raised the same way, but we have done things completely different for both of them. That includes sleep, that includes eating, that includes pretty much everything, because Liam and Nolan, 2 totally different little boys. Now, because they are different, there's also, your love for them is going to be different. I'm not saying you're going to love one more than the other. That's not possible, because you love them differently. You love them individually. And I have heard this from a lot of moms who have multiple kids that are older. Like, you are going to love them differently. And at the beginning of having Nolan, it seemed as if I favorited Nolan, because Liam was so difficult, and he was just that terrible twos, that not understanding what's going on was just so difficult. And he and I bump heads all the time, all the time. And you don't love one more over the other, even if it seems like that to people. You don't. But you are going to love them differently. And it's going to feel very strange, because you get used to that one. You get so used to that. And then this new one comes in, and it completely changes everything. And you're just going to love them differently. And that is totally fine, because you love them the same but different. It's very hard to explain until you have one. But just don't worry if you feel different towards both of them. Like, you love them both, but you have a different connection. It's not better, it's not worse. They're different, and you're going to love them differently. You're going to have to love them in different ways, because some kids want to be cuddled, some kids don't. I mean, it can go on and on and on, but just remember that it's okay to love your children the same but different. Now, my last truth is, pretty much if you have any more than one child, so if you have 2, 3, 4, on and on and on, you're going to feel like you're missing out. Just straight out. Time goes by so fast. When you add more children, it just goes by way faster. And I've heard people that have 3 say that the 3rd one goes even quicker. So I'm assuming so once you turn into a Duggar and you got 20, I don't even know, is there time? Like, everything just goes so quick. But you will know when you have that 2nd child that you're feeling like you're missing out on them. You feel like you're so busy, say, with that 1st toddler, that you're missing out with that 2nd toddler. So what I suggest to do is take your time with that 2nd toddler. Have time away where it's just one-on-one. I breastfed Nolan, so that was my time kind of away. And if my husband was with me, then I could take Nolan away and feed him, so that I had that one-on-one time. And I still do that. Sometimes Liam will be asleep and Nolan will be awake, and that's our one-on-one time. So yes, I feel like I'm missing out on actually both of them now, because I'll be so busy with the 2nd toddler that the 1st toddler kind of misses out on mommy time. But you have to realize that, once again, you can't do it all. So you are going to feel like you're missing out, but don't worry. You will make up for that lost time, or you'll figure out a way to squeeze in those one-on-one moments with both of your children. So there you guys go. I hope you enjoyed this little like truth rant. I could go on and on for days. If you have any questions whatsoever about how either transitioning from one child to two goes, I plan on doing like a Q&A of that. So leave me questions down below about either the transition from one to two, or what it's like having two under two, or just having two kids in general, because I've been doing this for 16 months. I have two. I know how it is, and I've got two young ones. So I know how you guys are feeling. If you're in the same ballpark as me, make sure to hit the big thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not. I put out videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and baby name Sunday. So make sure to go check out all those videos. I hope you're having an amazing day and you are an amazing mama. Just remember that. Bye, guys.